Oh! Look at how close it is to my face. So for anyone that doesn't know, Until Dawn is one of my favourite games of all time, as it's definitely in my top 10. And with us being in the month of October, I wanted an excuse to replay this game, as back in 2016 I already got the platinum on this game back on the PS4 version. But just over a month ago now, I saw that there was an Until Dawn remake coming to the PS5, which was amazing to hear. And that was my excuse right there to replay this game. But I got even more excited when I saw that there will be different trophies to obtain for the platinum, as well as new dialogues, choices, cutscenes, new ways to kill people, as well as improved graphics and gameplay. So with this being portrayed as basically a completely different game to the PS4 version, I decided to buy the game and get the platinum on the PS5 version to not only see if this was truly an overall brand new experience, but to also see if this was worth buying and getting the platinum on. So in this video today, I will be getting the platinum trophy on the Until Dawn remake. Now there wasn't a guide on the platinum for this game as the game had just come out, but in terms of difficulty, I'd give this a 2 out of 10 as this game for me wasn't difficult at all, but that's probably because I had already played this game on the PS4 version. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So like I said, because I had already played this game more than once in the past, unless this game was massively different, I was like 95% sure on how to keep everyone alive. So the first step when getting this platinum was to keep everyone alive on this first playthrough, but if I would accidentally kill anyone, I wouldn't restart checkpoint or anything, as I feel like you're just ruining your experience if you do that. So when starting the game, I wasn't expecting any massive changes, if any changes at all to be honest, as I just didn't want to get my hopes up. However, I started on the prologue where you could instantly see the difference in how the game looked, and it honestly looks incredible, and I was actually blown away a little bit. But unfortunately for this first cutscene, I couldn't show my reaction as I accidentally left the copyrighted music on, which is annoying. But when this completely new cutscene was happening, I was so hyped and just blown away. And then all of a sudden, I was able to control Beth, which you could do on the PS4 version, but as far as I'm aware, not to this extent. Oh, do I get to Kate? Oh, no, I'm taking control now. Let's go. Oh, this game. Okay, look around with the right stick. Wow. I'm actually quite shocked right now how different this game is compared to the PS4 version. I'm actually really shocked. Like, it looks different, it feels different. Yeah, the prologue, like the cutscene, about 90% of it so far has been so different. Wow, this looks so cool. I honestly just kind of want to like look around a little bit. Like, I don't know if this is the way to go or not, but I kind of just want to have a look around because will the collectibles even be in the same place? Look, I'm even outside the lodge, man. Like, you couldn't do this on the PS4 version. Like, it was literally just like a cutscene. You make you wander around the lodge for a little bit, then you make a decision, then you're out in the woods looking for Hannah. Like, this is like a whole, like, you're actually outside the lodge. This is incredible. Is there anything over here? It looks like it. Is this maybe, what is this? My totem! Yes! How I've missed these. Okay, search the totem to locate a premonition. Okay, so it looks like it's actually different. Do I just like turn it? Wait, what do I do? Okay, it kind of goes like, oh. Wait, so am I just, oh, there we go. Oh, that's a cool concept. Yep, there it is. That premonition, death totem. So after exploring the lodge for a little bit and finding my first totem, I watched the next cutscene where the group played this horrible prank on Hannah, which causes her to run out of the house to where Beth, who is Hannah's twin sister, and the person we were playing as goes after her. And there were also parts of this section that were completely new, which I liked. Alright, what I'm curious about right now is like, I obviously know the ending that's going to happen, but I'm hoping that there's something we can do to keep them alive. Oh my god! Oh my god. Okay, that terrified me. I did not expect that. Whew. I forgot what I was saying now. That flipping threw me off so much. Oh, no, that was what I was saying. I'm hoping. I don't think it will happen because obviously the concept of the game is, I assume, going to be like, it's going to be the same story and stuff. But I'm hoping that there's like a way that we can actually save these two. If the game's like, quite different compared to the PS4 version, I feel like that could be a case. It might not be, but it could be.
Hannah?
But I guess we'll find out after doing this. Oh my god, that got me again. But after getting jump scared a couple times, we then found Hannah, and unfortunately my thinking of possibly being a way to keep these two alive wasn't possible, as they both die regardless. But as they fell to their deaths, I got my first trophy of the game. It wouldn't make any sense, but I thought there would be a way for, like, I don't know, I just thought it'd be kind of cool to, like, keep them alive. But there's my first trophy. I know what you did last year. Complete the prologue. So after finishing the prologue, we then spoke to a guy called Dr. Hill, who is the guy we talk and interact with after every chapter. And after talking to him, I got even more excited when watching the new intro of the game, which in my opinion was 10 times better than the original intro, even though the original one is still amazing. Oh, what a prologue. Until Dawn. The music. Oh, I'm so hyped for this. It's a different intro as well. Oh my god, this is amazing, man. The music, the presentation, this intro is different compared to the PS4 one. Oh, this is getting me so hyped. Yes, let's go. I need to take this in. This is so cool, man. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Oh wow, man, that was really cool. I didn't expect that. That was so cool. That's got me like even more hyped to play this. So after watching that intro, I began chapter 1, and I'm sure that most of you who are watching this video know the story of this game, as you've either played the game already or just know about it by seeing it. But for those who don't know the story, long story short, the prologue that you just saw of the twins falling off the cliff happened a year prior to when chapter 1 begins, and all 8 of the teenagers go back to the lodge a year later, as Josh, who is the brother of the twins, wants them all to come back and have a good time. And to be completely honest, from what happened last year, if it was me, I probably would not want to go back after what happened, as I would just want to forget about it. But all of them stupidly go back a year later. And as you actually progress through the game, you notice that a lot of these guys don't seem to actually get along with each other anyway. So I have no idea why they all went back up.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, Josh wants to have them all come up to have a supposedly good time, but it turns out he actually was just mental and wanted to get his own twisted revenge on them all for what happened to his sisters. And with him doing all this, no one actually knew what was really going on up on the mountains. But before we have to deal with all of that, I just played through chapter 1 and nothing new really happened, which was a bit upsetting, but as it was the beginning of the game, I let it slide as the game visually just looked amazing. But later on I played as Ashley when Matt showed up and wanted to look through the telescope, and we as Ashley had a choice of either showing Matt what was happening or lying and saying that the telescope was broken. And as Emily, who is Matt's girlfriend, is getting a bit too friendly with Mike, I knew what I had to pick. Yeah, screw it, encourage, take a look. I just hope I don't regret this, because I forgot what happens if I do this. I think I'm helping him out in the long run, I really do.
Son of a bitch. Seriously, Emily? What the hell, man?
Hey, listen, it's probably nothing.
Nothing, you think?
Well, yeah.
Is it ever just nothing with him?
So picking this option was actually a blessing in disguise, as it helped me get the trophy called Lodge Forever, which was to have both Matt and Emily start 2 separate confrontations. So when going into chapter 2, Matt immediately confronted Mike, and then Emily confronted Jess right after. And then after these 2 interactions, I got the trophy.
Okay.
She just has to argue with somebody, doesn't she? I mean, she was the one that came in and started that argument with Jess. Oh, Lodge Fever, 2nd trophy of the game. Both Matt and Emily started separate confrontations in the lodge.
Hey, I'm gonna go
Oh,
take a bath.
okay. But once getting that trophy, I just continued through the game expecting some new scenes or moments, etc. And for a while, nothing new happened except for a section where you play as Matt and Emily when they go looking for Emily's bag. And in this current moment, I thought this was new, but apparently this was some kind of DLC on the PS4 version, which I had no idea about. But it was still new to me regardless. But yeah, besides from that, nothing new happened for the majority of this story, which was a bit upsetting because the fact how the prologue was so different really got my hopes up. But on chapter 3, you have this whole section in the chapter where you play as Mike, and you and Jess are walking to the cabin. However, Jess at one point scares Mike. So me having the opportunity, I decided to scare her right back later on. Clue found, old mask. Right. This mask we should be able to scare Jess with, and if we do, if we have the option, I'm definitely scaring her. Yep, sweet revenge. Sweet revenge. I'm doing it to her. I'm doing it to her. I mean, you know, the character, Mike, the character, does not know what happens later in the game, so scaring her. Have that, woman. Yeah, that felt good. But after scaring Jess, I just continued through the story and nothing new had happened still. And at this point I was starting to get slightly disappointed with the fact how the prologue was the only big change that happened at this point. But once continuing through the chapters, I got to chapter 5 where you play as Mike. As before this moment, Jess gets taken and Mike thinks she's dead at this point. But on this chapter, Mike is following the guy he thinks supposedly killed Jess. And when going through this chapter, I knew there was a trophy to cut off Mike's fingers with a machete. However, at the time, I thought the way to get this trophy would be the same as how to get it on the PS4 version. But I was wrong, as I had to cut his fingers off with a broken machete. So when cutting his fingers off with a full machete, I didn't get the trophy. And at that time, I thought it was a glitch, which looking back at that, it's pretty funny. But regardless, I knew I would just have to worry about that later, as I had to continue with this playthrough. And later on in the chapter, we play as Sam, and at this point the psycho killer was introduced into the game, and I knew that when the killer comes up to Sam, there would be an option to either run away or throw the vase. And I knew that if I throw the vase at him, I'll get a trophy. So I made sure to do just that. Oh, there he is! Right, if it gives me the option to throw the vase at him, I'm doing it, because I should get a trophy for it. Okay, yeah, throw vase. Right, trophy, surely? Right, unless I miss. There we go. There it is, the psychopath. And after getting that trophy, I knew that I had to lose the killer to be able to find some clues in a separate section with Sam later on, as if I got caught, I wouldn't be able to do that section. So as I played the game before, I knew how to lose him, but what I didn't know was that I'd get another trophy for successfully losing him on this encounter. Stay still. Oh. That was easy. That's not it, surely? No, that's not... Is that it? That was like a 3-second don't move. Oh. When a psycho calls, I got another trophy for that. Sam escapes from the psycho. So after completing that section and getting those 2 trophies in the process, I was on chapter 6, which was probably overall my favourite chapter in the game because of the section where you play as Ashley and you're with Chris. And in this section, they go looking for the killer in the underground, also known as the unknown area of the lodge, to find Sam. And I really like this bit in the game. But towards the end of this bit, the psycho killer knocks both Chris and Ashley out to where they wake up strapped to a chair facing each other. And as Chris, you have to choose whether you want to shoot Ashley or shoot yourself. And if you actually choose to shoot Ashley, it will actually go towards a trophy later on called Nightmare on Ash Street, where Ashley will hesitate to let Chris back into the lodge later on, which will lead to Chris's death. So I would worry about that later on, as for now I was wanting to keep everyone alive, so I didn't shoot Ashley. But then I was on chapter 7 where it starts with Sam, as like I said before, I wouldn't be able to do this section with Sam had I got caught by this killer previously. So in this section, I found a bunch of clues as I was trying to find every single clue in the process for a bunch of trophies. And I found a bunch of clues which was basically confirming that Josh was the man behind the mask, or he was at least part of what was going on. But I also found an interactable, which is actually a new set of collectibles that were added on this remake, and it was a snow globe. And after shaking it, I got a trophy called Carnival of Solitude, which was to shake the snow globe. And a few minutes after that, I as Sam ran into Mike to where we broke this door down when hearing Chris and Ashley on the other side of it. And this is where the killer was revealed, and it was Josh essentially just playing his own twisted prank on the group for what happened to his sisters. But when he revealed himself, I got a trophy for it. And after Mike and Chris took Josh to a shed to lock him up, as they thought he was responsible for what happened to Jess, we've played as Emily right after as she was in the mines, and this is where the Wendigos were properly introduced, which were not only the cause of what happened to Jess, but they were also the true problem of what was going on. So as I was on chapter 8 at this point, and there was 10 chapters, I just continued with the rest of the game getting these 6 trophies along the way, including a trophy called the Fateful Descent, which was to find all the 1952 clues, which I didn't expect. To whom may concern. Oh, the Fateful Descent. The group found all the clues from the 1952 clue line. Oh, okay. But I got to the last section of chapter 10 where all the Wendigos were in the lodge, and this is the most intense part of the game, and I had to keep everyone alive at this point, so I was hoping I wouldn't mess up and kill anyone here. My hands are sweaty, I'm itchy. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Right, I feel like I'm going to be insanely boring here, guys, because I feel like if I speak, I move. So, I can't speak. I can't speak. This is horrible. That was just the first one. That was just the first one. So that don't move section I had to do. I had to do that another 4 times to keep everyone alive. And the sensitivity to move the controller was very high, as it felt like I wasn't even moving it and it would still be moving apparently. But each time I'd successfully complete the don't move section, someone would leave the house, which would mean they were safe. So after doing it another 3 times, I had to do it one more time, and this was the last thing I had to do before the game was finished and everyone would stay alive. Look at how close it is to my face. Oh my god, I've done it! Oh... That is terrifying, man. That is absolutely terrifying. That is horrifying. That is so horrifying. Oh my gosh. Right. That should be the game done, unless the remake has actually done something and given us like another kind of secret ending, but it doesn't look like it. There's one trophy, the cabin in the Black Woods. So yeah, that's to complete a full playthrough, and then they all live, which is to keep everyone alive. So yeah, it doesn't look like... Oh wait, there's another one, Blackwood Country. The group respected the wildlife of the mountain. Okay, I don't really know what that means. So after finishing the game, I was quite disappointed because even though I overall loved replaying this game, and the graphics and visuals were just incredible, nothing new really happened throughout this whole story, except for the prologue. And after that prologue, it really got my hopes up that this game would be very different and a lot of changes would have been made. But besides from the prologue and a bit of dialogue, nothing new really happened, which was unfortunate. However, after watching the credits, a new cutscene had happened with Josh, which wasn't on the PS4 version. Wait, because usually on this ending, Josh should be turning into a Wendigo, but this is new. Wait, that's new. We need to talk about Josh. Achieved the best ending for Josh. Wait, that was new. And right after that, another new cutscene had happened, which was set a year later after the events of the game, and it just showed Sam, who looked like she wasn't in a good place at all, and it was actually quite depressing and made me slightly uncomfortable, which was a good thing. But in my opinion, it also ended on a cliffhanger, which was so frustrating because I wanted to see more. But after those 2 new cutscenes, it was on to the second step of this platinum, which was to kill everyone and get as many missballs as I could. And the best way to do this was to go on to chapter 6, as this is the best way to get most of the missable trophies and kill everyone. And the chapter starts with Emily and Matt, but after completing their part on this chapter, the screen would just go black and freeze. And this happened 3 times, which was quite frustrating. See, this is what I mean. Why release a game when it's not even flipping completed? Like, I'm stuck on this screen. I can't progress. Oh, this game... Like, look. This game's a joke. I'm stuck on this flipping, like, screen. I'm stuck on this screen. What the hell am I supposed to do? Oh, no. See, remake my arse. Yeah, it's a remake to make the game flipping worse. What a waste of damn money I have spent. This has happened 3 times. So instead, I decided to just find all the collectibles as the second step and hope that once I did this, that the glitch would fix itself. And I found the majority of the collectibles on my first playthrough for each category, so I knew this wouldn't take very long. But when I was on chapter 3, I got a missable trophy called 1 hour selfie, which was to take a bad selfie with Jess. But after that, I just got the rest of the collectibles I needed and got these 4 trophies for doing so. And with that done, it was on to the third step of this platinum, which was to kill everyone and get as many missballs as possible, which I originally tried to do previously. And instead of starting on chapter 6, I had to start a new story because as I had all the twins collectibles, I couldn't kill Josh as there is a specific collectible for the twins that keeps Josh alive. So the only way to fix this was to start a brand new story, which was annoying. So I played through the beginning and got to chapter 5 and tried to go for the trophy again to cut Mike's fingers off with a broken machete. But once again, I somehow managed to do this wrong, which meant I didn't get the trophy. But on Chapter 8, I got my first missable trophy off this playthrough where I shot a Wendigo as Emily with a flare gun, but doing this meant that there were no more ways of her dying. So after getting these next 2 missable trophies, I finished the game hoping to kill everyone, but just watch what happened. Oh, that's new! No! Oh my god. Emily's actually alive. So I'm gonna have to go back to Chapter 8 just to do all that again. Wow. I'm actually a bit annoyed about that. Yeah, as you could probably tell, I was slightly frustrated with what just happened. So because the only recent way to kill Emily was on Chapter 8, I went back to that chapter to where she brutally died. Yeah, she should die now. Yep. Oh god, I forgot how bad that was. And once Emily died, I once again killed everyone else. But oh no! Oh Jesus! Oh, she's down! Oh, and headless! Oh no! Oh no! Oh! And after having to kill everyone again, I was able to finally get my trophy. Which then leaves me to get the last 3 missable trophies I needed before the platinum, and this was also the 4th and final step before getting the platinum. And the first trophy I went for was called Only Others Left Alive, which was to keep only Matt and Jessica alive while everyone else was killed. And this one I couldn't physically do on the all-death playthrough as these 2 had to die for that trophy. So I just went back to Chapter 10 and kept Matt and Jessica alive, and once finishing the chapter, I got the trophy. And then after that, I went to Chapter 5 to finally get the trophy for cutting Mike's fingers off with a broken machete. And me having failed to get this trophy 3 times now, I 100% knew how to get it because of those failed attempts. And after 4 tries later, I finally got the trophy, which meant I only had 1 more trophy before the platinum, and this trophy was not on the PS4 version, and as far as I know, it's actually a new feature in the game, as the trophy is called Fatal's Destination, where I would have to ignore Dr. Hill's warning and try and change the past at the end of the prologue where the twins die. So I played through the prologue and got to the end where I was 1 step closer to the trophy. Alright, so after about maybe 10 minutes, I'm finally here. So I'm gonna get option any minute to either drop Hannah or let go of the thing that Beth's holding. Now, because I have to choose this twice, I'd rather end it on a positive-ish note, so I'm gonna do what I usually wouldn't do, and that's drop Hannah. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, my love. But so now, yeah, obviously Beth will drop anyway, which is painful. Very painful. She drops her own sister and then the thing breaks anyway. And then, yeah, once I go into the next bit with Dr. Hill, and he says, I believe he'll say, you can't unfortunately change the past, or it's something along those lines. I've then got to quit to the main menu, go back in. Oh, wait.
Change what happened last year.
Hang on.
You can only affect the future.
Wait. Oh.
Accept it.
Oh, it's because I was on episodes. I should get the trophy then. There it is. Fatal Destination. I was not expecting to get it that soon. But where's the platinum trophy? There it is, a symphony of horrors trophies. Okay, so that is the platinum trophy obtained. And the bonus question of the video is this remake of Until Dawn worth buying and getting the platinum on? Now, even though the trophies were slightly different to the PS4 version in both the amount you had to get and the fact how there were different trophies as well, and the fact how the graphics and gameplay are a big improvement compared to the PS4 version, for what I had paid for on this game being £60, it just wasn't worth that kind of money. Now, even though I think that all games are very overpriced at the moment anyway, I will say that if you don't own or have never played the PS4 version of this game and you wanted to get the remake version, and that would be your first time playing this game, then I'd be slightly more inclined to say that this is more worth it. However, if you have played the PS4 version and own the game like me, then there should have been an option to just pay for like a £10 upgrade or something like that, because despite the prologue and the last couple cutscenes at the end of the game being new, and the fact how the graphics, gameplay and trophies are different in a good way, it just wasn't worth the money I paid for. However, that doesn't change the fact that I have wanted to have a reason to replay this game, as this game is genuinely in my personal top 10 of my best and favourite games of all all time. And the fact how there was a remake on this game was just perfect for me, and I couldn't wait to have a reason to play this game again. So I personally really enjoyed my experience when getting this platinum, and I am so happy I had an excuse to not just replay this game, but get the platinum on it again. But yeah, in my opinion, overall this remake is not worth getting, as there just wasn't as much changes as I was expecting, and it is massively overpriced. But anyway, I'm going to leave the video there, so if you liked this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, as that would mean a lot, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn those notifications on so you don't miss future videos. And take care, see you guys later.